You're watching JoyDaily.tv with your exclusive celebrity hip-hop and whatever I think is news. Well, first, I'm going to start off by saying just a little bit about myself. I am the internet diva extraordinaire, Joy Daily. This is a different type of show. This is not your typical internet show. We're going to really have really great discussions about issues that are not talked about enough in the hip-hop community, especially when it comes to females. When we look at females in hip-hop, you know, we're used to seeing very sexy girls like the women you see here talking about one thing, and that's sex. And guess what? It's a whole lot more to a beautiful woman than sex. Okay? And there's nothing more attractive than a beautiful woman who is intelligent. And that's what we are. Ain't that right, ladies?
That's right.
We are college educated, professional women. Okay? I mean, when you're talking about that stuff, does it make you uncomfortable at all, or
I mean, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I mean, it's all a lot of fun, but it is a little bit uncomfortable and nerve-wracking sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, like, who's listening to this? But
exactly. That's I think when it comes down to sex and your private bedroom moments,
right.
It's kind of crazy to be sharing that with the world because you don't know who's listening, you know?
Right. There's been interviews that I've done and they ask you sexual things.
So it was primarily, that's what I'm kind of getting at. When they did ask you questions and when they did interview you, that was like the primary focus of the discussion?
I wouldn't say it was the primary focus, but it's always like questions thrown in there, like what's your favorite position, or, you know.
And sometimes when I read the magazines, the men's magazines, I'm always reading like she has a figure and they say her, you know, numbers and stuff, and then they're like, okay, do you like it from the back?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I would assume most girls like it from the back. It's just one of the positions that we do.
And, I mean,
you know, like
hip-hop is a male-driven, male-dominated industry. We know that. But to me, it's like I said before, like, what's more attractive than a beautiful, educated, intelligent woman?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, beauty is like a dime a dozen. There's so many good-looking girls. But we'll talk a little bit about what you do outside of the modeling world, or what you've achieved outside of just modeling.
Well, I did finish college. I graduated with a bachelor's in human resource management. I work as an HR assistant. I blog. I have a fashion blog. Like, I love fashion.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Shayna D, media personality. I've been a radio personality both on the internet and Sirius XM radio, and I host a monthly networking event for women in the entertainment industry, which is a positive environment where women can come together and kind of fight all of those nasty stereotypes about women not being able to work together.
Right. I want you to talk a little bit more about that, Shayna, because that is kind of a big deal. What Shayna does is an event called Diva Lounge that I have had the privilege of being a part of. And it's a networking event for women that are in the entertainment industry. And this is a rare thing because, in my opinion, women in the entertainment industry, they don't support each other enough. It's a lot of, like, separation and hate and people looking at each other as competition rather than embracing one another and saying, you know, let's work together because, you know, there's strength in numbers. So just talk a little bit more about Diva Lounge and why you started that organization.
Well, the purpose of the Diva Lounge was specifically for that. I mean, being a radio personality, there are oftentimes, like Joy says, I have encountered different women that maybe feed into the stereotype, but I knew that I'm not one of those women, and I knew that there were other people that weren't like that as well. So I felt like there was a need to have a space, a neutral space where guys aren't trying to holler at you every 2 seconds, but it's really like, Joy, you're a radio host. Okay, you do this. You know, you're a model trying to get in on the fashion side and not necessarily just showing, you know, your body or being seen as a sexual object.